Guys, you may not be aware that this is going on, but my boy Penguinz0 over here he's suing U.S. immigration. This is a big deal. It's a big deal that I don't see enough people talking about because it is a big deal. I think it's a huge W personally. When YouTubers, by the way, I'm a very simple man, okay? I believe that every government, every politician, every fucking law-abiding, in quotes, giga-chad out there is cringe. I think they're all liars. They are literally lying and putting their arse first for everyone to support them. YouTubers, I think a lot of YouTubers are liar, arse first people as well, all right? It's easy to lie online, all right? It's super duper mega ultra easy to lie online and get people to believe you and support you because of all that, and it's annoying, okay? Yeah, that stuff sucks, you know? But when it comes to YouTubers, every once in a while, you'll have a Charlie show up. Now, Charlie won't exactly do what Caroline Costner did, okay? She made a video, I have an announcement, talking about how she's pregnant and she has medical complications and all that, and it's very difficult. Please support me on Patreon, etc. And then 2 weeks later, I lost the baby when it was a social experiment. You guys cared about me, didn't you? I was never pregnant. Miscarriage prank, miscarriage prank. All right, not every YouTuber is like that. Some YouTubers are your Charlies of the world. And Charlie, honestly, he's a really honest, upfront guy. And it's so good to see him successful because he actually is someone that could actually sue the government. It takes a lot of money to do it. And my guy here has the fucking funds. Bro has billions of views. Billions of views. And he can actually do it. So I'm very excited for Florida man sues U.S. immigration over video games. This is going to be the greatest headline of all time. Let's jump right into it, baby, and see what this is all about. And people need to know about it. People need to talk about it because this is the goddamn future. I really want to see a future where the individuals actually have power instead of the government just saying that the individuals have power.
The title's not clickbait. I am actually suing U.S. immigration.
I support you all the way, Charles, with anything except for my wallet. I am here with you. I'm not suing U.S. immigration, sir.
I'm sure a lot of you already know the reason why, but let me catch you up to speed for those of you that might not know the lore. So hop on in. Let me take you on a little adventure here through this infuriating journey of dealing with U.S. Immigration Department, and in particular, one Whippets-addicted, bedwetting homunculus agent.
Real. I will have you know that the U.S. government makes believe that they have rules. They don't have rules. They have guidelines to the code, to quote my goat, Barbosa. But they literally don't have rules, which is absolutely insane. And all of these individual cases get sorted into the laps of different officers, okay? Literally different officers that work there. And that officer has the 100% deciding power for the individual case. It's like, why is it that if I fill out all the stuff, it works the same way for everyone? But life is not fair to everyone. Life is only fair to very rich people. No, that's not fair either. The point is, life's not fair. That's the point here. And sometimes it'll just fall in the lap of someone that honestly does not give a shit and will not give you the pass. Now, I could say that it's not just U.S. immigration. It's every big fucking company out there. YouTube, for example. A friend of mine got channel strikes on his channel and got his channel deleted, okay? He has been a YouTuber for almost 10 years, and he got his channel deleted because of wrong channel strikes from a Japanese company, and he had no one to talk to. He had no one to talk to. He tried so hard, he could not get his channel back. I reached out to somebody personally that I know actually is helpful with this stuff, and he literally saved his career and got his channel back, okay? Literally. Is it best guy ever? It is best guy ever. The guy literally has a career. His career was over for the course of a month. And because you gotta... Because why? Because YouTube is a corrupt dickbag. And they were just gonna God, and it's everything. It's everything like that. You'll have your basic guidelines to the code, and then individual people working there are gonna end up having all the power to make these insane decisions, and then go on these crazy ego trips when you don't listen to them. God! All right, let's keep going.
That absolutely just had a grudge against our esports organization, Moist Esports.
Wow, it's called Moist.
I swear.
It's like, I would like to immigrate a bunch of moist gamers into the country, and they're like, no.
God, if anime was real, I'd have enough rage against the U.S. Immigration Department to finally go Super Saiyan. I cannot stand how corrupt that agency is. I've already made 2 videos having...
Bro, dude, look at his titles. I don't get this mad often. You've never seen me this mad. And then the climax, I am suing U.S. immigration. This is the greatest Dragon Ball saga of all time. I'm so sorry, Charlie. I'm sure it's mega stressful. I don't mean to laugh. Like, dude, you're my God.
Having a conniption about it and losing my mind like a caveman who discovered fire for the first time.
Damn.
But what I discovered is just pure rotten to the core, blatant corruption.
Oh yeah, lay it out for us, Daddy. Flay them a little bit. Oh yeah, destroy the U.S. immigration policies just a little wee bit, please. Just a wee bit. Do you know why I'm from Canada, by the way? This is a totally random tangent. You know why I'm from Canada? Because my dad's parents were Holocaust survivors and could not get into the United States. Literally, their houses, their families were all destroyed. Their families were murdered. Okay, all of them. And they had to flee because they can't keep living there after the Holocaust happened, and they had to move, and America didn't take them. So you're talking to the wrong guy about U.S. immigration. All right. So anyway.
I've explained the situation.
But anyway, he's trying to smuggle in Australian gamers, not Viltrumite aliens, all right? This is a totally different situation.
In great detail, but I'll give you the very short explanation for it. Our Esports Apex squad consists of 3 Australians and 1 American.
Oh, they're Australians. They're Australians.
Australians were denied entry into this country multiple times.
You know why? It's because they say C-U-N-T in every sentence. You may not know this, but in America, they hate that word for some reason.
Times over the course of 6 months. One of the reasons they gave us was they didn't believe they were as highly ranked as we stated they were.
I hate that so much. It's like, bro, just Google search it. You just take one Google search and you'll find the answer. I don't believe you, actually. But why don't you just look it up? You could do that in 3 seconds. In 3 seconds, you just Google it. No, I'm not going to Google it. I don't believe you. It's like you're just literally banging your head against the wall. And the worst part is it takes weeks to get every answer. It's like, we would like to get our gamers into the United States for a video game. And then they'll be like, we'll respond to you in 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, they're like, no, submit an appeal. The appeal is they're gamers that are really high ranked. Then 3 weeks later, I don't believe you. What the fuck? It's a nightmare.
Even though we gave them all of the leaderboards, the official standings, and they could also just Google that if they didn't believe us.
But that's the thing. They won't. They would rather just say, I don't believe you, than just take 2 seconds to do a Google search.
We even had an EA official, one of the highest ranking executives at EA, lobby for us and write on our behalf about how important our team is to the esports for Apex. Because
I don't know if that's a good one, though. I don't know if that's a good idea. It's like, EA supports us. And then, you know, that lady working at U.S. Immigration is thinking back to how her son just kept buying loot boxes and is now a crippling gambling addict. It's like, yes, EA.
Because we are so highly ranked.
I believe that stands for eat ass, doesn't it?
And U.S. Immigration didn't believe that guy was a real authority. He thought he was like the fucking Satchmo or something. Like, the guy didn't exist.
You made him up. What do you mean I made him up? He's right here. He's on Google. You made him up. This is literally, you're talking to this lady. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? And you made him up. What do you mean I made him up? No.
Wiped their ass with that guy's entire resume, just writing him off as some kind of make-believe EA cryptid. We fought a losing battle against you.
I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's just, I feel like every person in their life has dealt with like some really cringe bureaucratic bullshit at one point or another. Bro, I had a bank account frozen with $250,000 in it for like 5 years. 5 years, by the way.
U.S. immigration. The reasons were so fucking silly, and it prevented our team from coming into the country, which upended our entire plans of having them here for the Split 1.
Dude, they literally destroyed their career. They're training their whole lives every day to freaking win, to join a tournament, and they can't compete in the tournament.
Luckily, we got them into Canada. They played all of Split 1 in Canada, and they finished second. So that means they qualified for the biggest tournament, which is the Apex LAN Major, which is happening right now in LA. But since we were denied so many times, they couldn't actually get to LA, which left us with only one option, which I was fucking freaking out about in the last video.
Yeah, you had to fire them, I think, so that they can get in like on a different visa.
Where we had to release our team.
But can you imagine this? First of all, this is why Moist Critical is so based, okay? He's funding this entire team out of his own pocket, right? Every other esport in the game is literally doing esports to try to actually make money. Charlie is losing money through his esports org. He's doing it for the passion of the craft. And no one else would do this. He literally fired his entire team so that they could get individual visas to visit America. so that they can compete in this tournament because he didn't want to, like, you know, ruin their lives. Like, first of all, that is super, super nice of him. But also, it's so just fucked up on the government side. Like, come on, man.
Because they couldn't come to the US under our umbrella, the Moist Esports umbrella. We had to release them for them to even have a chance at playing at that LAN.
And then we decided to smuggle them. We just simply called for an air vac Breaking Bad remover, and then there they were.
But boy howdy, wouldn't you know it, that didn't work.
It didn't work? I thought for sure that would work. They could just visit America. You can visit America.
They were denied ESTA visas.
Okay, dude. What the fuck?
If any of you are foreign and have ever been to America, you know what an ESTA is. Yeah. It's like a 99...
My family that's not American. I know what this is very, very well, but I've never heard of anyone ever get denied it.
% success rate with getting an ESTA visa. Almost no one gets declined. You have to be like a notorious terrorist to get your ESTA visa declined. Fucking Osama bin Laden might have even been able to get an ESTA. That is how easily accessible those are.
Literally, you can get them online too. You don't have to go anywhere. You're just like, I would like to submit this, and they're like, oh sure, no problem. And then they just do it, and it's on your passport, and you just beep it. Okay, it's a little cringe. You have to like pay $5 at the border, which is fucking insane. That you have to pay the border $5 to be allowed in the country. Like, holy crap, how greedy do you need to be? But not the point. The point is, I've never heard anyone get denied this.
Yet 2 out of 3 of our Australians were denied ESTAs.
It's Australians, mate. You don't know what they're cooking. Maybe they're smoggling crocodiles over the border.
So only one of them, Imti, was allowed to come in on an ESTA, which means he got here while the other 2 couldn't.
So, and that's the team, right?
That's inexplicable. Why were 2 of them rejected, but Imti's was accepted?
Coincidentally, that very government official placed a hefty bet on the other team in the Apex tournament.
They were in the same boat, and yet for some reason, it was him that was okay, but the other 2, no, they're a fucking danger.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, there's no rhyme, no reason to this shit. It's just the people decide, like, whatever they feel like. Dude, that's so awful.
You guys are trying
so corrupt, it's crazy.
Smuggle in Romulans or something to take over America from the inside out. The land of the free and the home of the fuck me in the face.
Dude, it turns out that one of the random Karens that Charlie made fun of on his channel is just the person in the government office and is like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna fuck with you and not let your people in the country. Because I can. Because the government's corrupt and gives me the power and authority to do this, I'm just gonna go on this little tiny power trip because you made fun of me as like one of the Karens in the parking lot of a Walmart in one of your old videos, and yep. This is revenge! This is revenge!
Like, that is inexplicably stupid. Like, if all 3 of them got rejected, then maybe they had found something, but
no.
Oh, that didn't even happen. They rejected 2 out of 3. So what the fuck could the reason for that possibly be?
Because it's a power trip. No, there is no reason.
We speculated it's because they reapplied for ESTAs, even though they still had like a little time left on their previous ones, so maybe that flagged it in their system.
No, everyone reapplies because everyone that travels wants at least 6 extra months on their ESTA visa before they actually... No, that can't be it.
But that might not be it, because MT still got through, but the other 2 didn't.
And also, they don't tell you why. It's like, if I'm not allowed in, can you at least tell me why so I can fix the issue next time? No, we just decided no.
Stupid, super stupid. So that made an even bigger problem, because getting denied an ESTA means you're basically shit out of luck. So we were going to have to play, they were going to be playing this...
Yeah, because he had to let them go. This is heartbreaking. This is actually heartbreaking.
Major with only 2 out of 3 of their players and no coach, because 2 of them just couldn't get in.
Bro.
So we were pretty much out of options. By this point, our team hadn't been playing together for fucking weeks, because Waltzy and Kyle, the Australians that were declined, were still unable to make it into America.
Holy
so in a
shit.
last-ditch Hail Mary effort, we applied for B1 visas, which I think probably some of you have heard of before.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know B1. I know about B2 visas. Those are more long-term.
And in order to do those, that's an in-person interview with, like, the actual embassy. And to be able to actually talk to somebody here is huge, because when you're dealing with U.S. immigration, you're talking to soulless androids that do not want to be there and
every government office. Like, here's the thing that literally annoys me every time. People that work in these government offices are all miserable, okay? No one wants to work for the government office. No offense if you're watching this working in the government office. I feel for you. I say this because I love you, bro. Honestly, that's why I'm saying this, because I respect you personally as a human, unlike the government, because you don't like that job that you have. No offense that you have it, but you hate it. And if you tell me you don't hate it, then quite frankly, I respect you for gaslighting yourself into thinking you do like it, but you don't. all right? Parasocial love here, but you don't like it. Sorry to break that to you, but it'll speed up your therapy when you can just tell the therapist right off the bat, I hate it. All right, you're welcome. But the point is, these people, they hate their job. They absolutely hate it. They are cogs in a machine, and they don't even like the fucking machine, all right? And they want, so many of them, to just be able to use a little itty-bitty micro amount of power to just deny someone something that they deserve because they looked at you funny, because I didn't like them, because, you know, God damn it, I'm having a bad day, so I want him to have a bad day too. Some of them are just egomaniacal maniacs that feel so tiny and pathetic in their life because, unfortunately, the government's shit. They are going to sit there and they are going to abuse the people in front of them just because they can. I get this vibe so often working with, working like in a DMV or in a fucking bank, like a government-based bank, or like these people have so little power, but they will use whatever they have. Like that tiny bit of ego just, it's so frustrating when they say, sorry, we can't help you. And you're like, what do you mean you can't help me? Can you tell me why? No, I'm sorry. Can you come back another day? I can't help you. It's like, dude, like I get you're unhappy with your life, but you don't have to do this to me. Sir, I can't help you.
Not do their job at all. But we were able to set up appointments for a B1 visa interview for both Kyle and Waltzy in Lisbon. So we had to fly them over the course of like
You're joking. Oh my God.
3 days, mind you, from Canada to Lisbon to sit down for that interview. They nailed the interview. They got their B1 visas. We then had to fly them from Lisbon to America, all in the span of only a couple of days. And they finally touched down in this God-blessed, patriotic country 2 days ago, where they could finally play together as a team.
Let's go. At least they could play together as a team. All it took was firing them and wasting thousands of dollars on plane tickets and wasting, you know, hundreds of hours of their lives for them to literally do their job. Damn. Dub.
So as you can imagine, since they hadn't played together in so fucking long, the cohesion was a little rough around the edges because U.S. immigration slapped us so hard a biblical smackdown to try and ruin our chances of winning this major, of which we are. Excuse me.
They are, because, oh my God, this literally hurts me. Do you have any idea how much soul, aside from money, how much soul Charlie puts into this? He's given these guys yearly salaries of like $100 grand a year. Like, he puts so much of his time and effort and energy into this esports, and he has to remove himself from, I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for him.
They are one of the top competing teams in the tournament and one of the favorites to win it all. U.S. immigration did everything possible to make it unwinnable. And yet
Can you believe this man streams 5 hours a day and posts 2 videos a day and somehow has time to do all of this? Like, oh my God!
Team is defying fate. We played today, our final group, and we were able to not only place first on the day with 62 points, but we were able to lock down winner's side. I keep saying we. This mysterious squad known as Not Moist was
it hurts so much.
Able to, against all the odds that U.S. immigration stacked against us, lock down winner's side for tomorrow. And I couldn't be more proud of this group of gentlemen, of which I am not associated with on any paperwork whatsoever.
Oh, literally kill me. This is the saddest shit in the universe. He also has his own comic book. Okay, dude, I know. Don't forget he also has a social life. Okay, chat, stop it, okay? Listen, only one of us can suck up to Charlie this much, and that's me, goddammit, all right? He's my favorite guy. He's not allowed to be yours too. Charlie's my Hatsune Miku, goddammit.
Stop it. Get some help.
They are not our team.
He's also, by the way, in his insane schedule, he's been on our podcast a few times. He's collabed with me a bunch of times. Like, we've streamed together a few times. He helped me so much with my bank account shit. Holy shit. He helped me so much with YouTube. There was an issue with YouTube that they weren't willing to pay me for years. Whatever, whole other situation. And he literally saved my ass there. I have nothing but respect for this guy. He is literally, he's my favorite guy on the platform. Just be out of sheer respect. Like, guy is a legend, honestly. You don't know how good of a dude this guy is. Right?
They literally are not our team, but
and he works almost as hard as I do too. All right, that was a little much. God damn it. Oh fuck.
Still very proud of this group. Through all of this adversity that was entirely unnecessary, unwarranted, unjust, and dare I say it, potentially illegal, they have still risen to the occasion to perform so fucking well. I want to show you clips from that, but as the title of the video would indicate, I am suing U.S. immigration. We, Moist Esports, are suing.
Dude, I'm so happy he's going through with this. It's about time.
U.S. immigration. We've talked with our lawyers and they agree that this is very mysterious how it ever even got to this point. It seems like there were quite a few no-nos that were committed here. Woo! And some protocol that wasn't followed, and a lot.
Please win this fucking case. Holy shit. Oh my god, we need Asmongold reacting to this like it's an Amber Heard trial. Oh my god.
A lot of just big red flags, like some big problems.
It's a bingo! Is that how you say it? Bingo!
This really seems like the U.S. immigration agent handling our case either
is a Karen from a parking lot that you made fun of one time. I'm calling it right now. I so want that to be the reality. That would literally make my day better. It's like, I recognize you. And she'll say, yes, I am Raid Boss Karen from one of your videos. No, impossible.
They didn't like us, or just really didn't feel like doing their job. That's kind of the impression we're getting, and there's a lot of evidence to suggest some bad things that were afoot here that really made it fucking impossible for us to get our players into the country. Awful. And we eventually had to drop them, which is of course a huge blow to our organization as a whole.
Obviously.
So we are suing them.
Dude had to literally fire his entire team for this. For them to play. I'm like, literally, I'm so sad. It hurts my heart. It's like, I work with a lot of people. I do a lot of behind the scenes work in a lot of different areas. My nose is in a lot of pockets on YouTube, okay? On YouTube alone, aside from in other real life situations. The thing I love about the Some Ordinary podcast, all three of us, so like me, Oompa, and Muda, we're all doing YouTube, but all of us, our main focus isn't even necessarily on YouTube. It's like, dude, we cook, okay? We are really cooking. We are real life human beings that are just cooking, brother. Nose, lol. Okay, dude, that's anti-Semitism at its finest, okay? I don't want to hear any of that nose, lol, in chat.
And you know,
that was a joke. I'm not actually offended. That was just funny.
What I've learned through this lawsuit process, it turns out that there is corruption built into the U.S. Constitution itself, where even if we're successful in beating the U.S. immigration in this lawsuit, they cannot pay us out any damages, of which there is a lot.
What?
This has been a super...
Are you joking? Why not?
They can self, where even if we're successful in beating the U.S. immigration in this...
You're going up against the government. You don't usually win, but even if you do...
lawsuit, they cannot pay us out any damages, of which there is a lot.
Why? It is directly due to their malfeasance that you have to pay for all these plane tickets. They have to fire your talent. Are you joking?
It's been a super expensive process. And there's also so much lost income here because there's so much money on the line for this tournament, as well as there's so many potential like eyes on our organization, as well as all of the legal fees. Like, it's so much.
Oh my god. And this aside from paying for all their plane tickets back and forth and dude. And I'm sure he's paying for their stay, and I'm sure he's paying for their hotel or whatever.
Money that went into this, all of which was just burned thanks to U.S. immigration fucking us. And
wait, so why doesn't he get why can't he get compensation for something like this? But here's the thing. Charlie has the resources to do something like this, all right? Moist Esports, not Charlie, of course. Don't worry. Charlie's not doing anything. It's Moist Esports doing this, not related whatsoever to Charles Xavier White. Totally different thing. But for reference, Charlie's probably made, almost $50 million on YouTube ad revenue alone. And that's the only way he can actually get away with this. That's literally the only way, because he has made an insane amount of money on YouTube. Can you imagine just a regular guy that gets absolutely dumpstered by the government? Like, they have no chance. There's nothing they can ever do.
And no matter what happens with the lawsuit, they will not pay us back a penny at all. Now, the biggest thing that can happen from the lawsuit if we win is they overturn their decision of rejecting the Australians, which is great. That is a happy ending for sure. But it was alarming to learn that the U.S. government is not liable for any of these damages.
That's insane. How is that even possible? They literally ruined his entire business.
That they were directly responsible for us, in regards to us. That's kind of crazy to me. So what possible incentive do the workers at U.S. Immigration have for even doing their job in the first place if no matter what happens, they don't suffer any losses? So it turns out people sue the U.S. Immigration Office pretty often, and it doesn't look like they fight that frequently or fight that hard.
Well, obviously not. If you're not going to even get a financial payout for fighting with the U.S. Immigration, even if you do win, why should the U.S. Immigration waste their time fighting? They could just keel over and die and say, oopsie, you're right, and not actually have to pay anything back. This is the most corrupt situation I've ever heard in my life. You sue someone, but even if they lose, they don't pay you. Oh my God.
Very rarely does a U.S. immigration lawsuit go to trial, apparently, because they're more.
But the U.S. immigration is gonna be like, oh my God, you're right. Anyway, moving on to the next person we can fuck around with.
Than willing to just settle because they lose nothing. They lose nothing by
So
not.
they'll always settle. They'll always settle. So what does winning even do? Let them in next time? You have to go through a lawsuit to actually just get your fucking Australian gamers into the country in a year with no at all repercussions to the actions taken. Dude, that's so messed up.
Not doing their job. They can't lose money. All they do is just overturn a decision, which I guess is super easy for them, perhaps. Like, so they just have no problem settling. So, like, what possible reason is there for any of the workers at U.S. Immigration to even take their job seriously?
That's the point. None of them do. That's exactly why they go on the ego power trips. They go on the egomaniacal dumpster fucking because they could literally just walk around and get anyone they want in any form of trouble that they can. Because they literally have no repercussions to any of their actions. They are so small in their own life, in their own world, that they have no choice, that they will take the option to just go on the egomaniacal power trip.
We also can't even go after our agent in particular who mishandled this case.
Because they don't tell you who it is. This is, again, it's oodles upon oodles. Just getting in contact with people is impossible. But once you do, you don't even know who you're in contact with.
Because to do that, we would have to pierce the corporate veil of the U.S. fucking government. We would have to go through Uncle Sam to get to that agent.
There's no one to even find out who is rejecting them. It's so based on personal bias, and you don't even know who it is. Oh my God. I am angry on his behalf. What is even going on?
Which is not happening. That is an unwinnable battle. So the individuals are protected as well. So let's say you had an agent at U.S. Immigration that's just racist. Like, by all possible definitions, he's just racist.
Damn, what if that was the case? Damn, that'd be crazy. A U.S. immigration officer racist? No, that can't be, right? That's not... Come on. All right, let's get grounded into reality, all right? Something like this won't happen. Come on. Racist? In America? Dude, I've never heard of it.
Racist and is declining people because he doesn't like their skin color. Well, too fucking bad. That person is probably not getting fired because they don't seem to care.
And you're not going to ever know who it is.
You can't do anything against that person because they are protected by...
And that's even if you have the $50 million of YouTube ad revenue that this man's made over his lifetime. That's aside from sponsors and streams and stuff.
U.S. immigration blanket. And U.S. immigration isn't liable for any damages. The best they'll do is overturn a decision. So you're just kind of...
Crazy. You sue them. You go through it with the legal fees, with the courts. And all you can do is get them to be like, oops, I was wrong. I'll change my mind now. That's literally the best you can hope for.
Get out of luck across the board. Like, it's worth suing U.S. immigration to get that decision overturned if we win. But I am stunned at how deep and rotten the system is. It is so fucking broken.
And it's so crazy because no one even knows about this. It's like, honestly, I'm happy Charlie... Okay, I'm not happy that he had to go through all this. But I'm kind of happy that he is bringing light to this at least. I feel like so many people don't actually know how the government works at all. And it's because of people like Charlie and because of YouTubers and social media that so much more like actual shit is being learned. Of course, there's a lot of fear mongering because of it. Like, you know, if Charlie could just make this shit up and 3.4 million people over the last 2 days would just believe him, even if he made shit up. But like, it's definitely a double-edged sword. But I'm so happy we have people like Charles Xavier White on the platform. Like, goddamn, what a legend.
It is a joke. It is a joke. But anyway, I can't get into specifics here. I'll just leave it at all of these, more general statements about this case. I'll, of course, keep all of you updated through this legal process. But for now, let's end on some good news. Because like I said, our team, even in spite of all this bullshit, has popped off and secured winner's side going into tomorrow.
Damn.
I would love to see all of you come out there to support our squad for the watch parties. I'll be streaming it here on YouTube as well as on Twitch at Moist Critical. So please stop by, cheer on the squad, give them your energy like a giant spirit bomb. And let me just show you our final game for the day.
Aw, let's go, dude. God, what a crazy story.
Where we actually fucking steamrolled every squad and secured winner's side.
All right, first of all, I love Apex. It's easily my favorite first-person shooter. Second of all right, so that's the situation. God damn, holy shit. I feel so bad that Charles had to deal with all this. God damn. Like, actual insanity that went on. I was cheering Nux and you weren't. Hey, you don't know. You don't know that. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for joining. I think that just bringing awareness to this type of situation is important. I haven't played Apex in a long time, but it is making me sad right now that Caustic is still somehow the meta. Holy shit, how did they not nerf this guy? Bro, Caustic is still the meta. Holy crap. Oh, Lord. All right, anyway. Bye, bye, bye. Government sucks. Bye. Anarchy forever, forever.
Pay to win. Democracy Edition. Eat government cocksloser. Feel the girth of the United States Immigration Office in all their 2-inch glory.
If you made it to the end, click one of these 2 videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on King. Stay weird, fam.